Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Nothing to See Here podcast. Hi, it's Frankie.
It's Hannah with a very stinky waffles in the room.
None of my pets are in this room. They make too much noise.
Hi, it's my episode. Hello. I'm very excited for this one, even though I gave Hannah this warning before we record it. I'll give a warning now to Amanda as well, and
I didn't get a warning. That's not fair.
a warning to the audience. Uh, I'm just saying this general content warning. This episode's gross.
Oh my gosh, is it Albert Fish?
It's not Albert Fish.
God damn it.
This episode involves accused cannibalism.
Yeah? Is it the
there's
Japanese man?
No, there's no proven cannibalism. No proven cannibalism. Just want to throw that out there.
Is it Sonny Bean?
No. Man was accused of cannibalism, but there's no evidence of it.
So did he eat all the evidence?
There's also maybe. It's also there's some gross things going on. We're gonna talk about smelly things. We're gonna talk about live animals being eaten. So
no,
we are.
Oh, I'm so ready. This guy feels like a Jeffrey Dahmer in the making.
Yeah, that's what the episode is today. I'm very excited to bring another weirdo of history to you guys. All I gave you at the end of the last episode was that he is a weird little Frenchman.
Very specific. There's a lot.
And I did say he's not Napoleon Bonaparte.
Wait a minute. My little feelers.
Your French sense is tingling.
I'm like, wait a minute. I think I've heard about this person. I can't remember his fucking name.
Oh, I'm gonna say his name right now. His name, the man we're talking about this evening in this episode, or whatever time of day you're listening to it. It's the evening for us. Tarrare. His name is spelled Tarrare. Sometimes that last E is chopped off. His name is Tarrare.
Are you sure you're pronouncing that right?
I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it right, but that's what we're going with, and I'm going to sound confident about it the entire episode.
Okay.
So we are talking about Tarrare. He is what some at the time called the living embodiment of gluttony. He is an 18th century French showman and soldier at one point in his life. Known only as Tarrare. There's very little evidence of his early life. Don't know exactly when he was born. Don't know exactly if his name was Tarrare or if that was just a nickname, but that is what he is referred to as. So that is how we will be discussing him. First, a physical description of Tarrare as an adult, and then we'll take.
Wait. Just because I'm getting some vibes, and I just want to check. I just want to check if my vibes are right.
Okay.
Was this the guy where he was like almost like in a traveling circus, like traveling band type thing?
At one point, but not for long. So
he worked with prostitutes for a little bit. I remember that.
Yes. So Tarrare was a diminutive man who weighed no more than 100 pounds. Despite being a voracious eater, as you will soon learn, he never seemed to gain any weight with all of this tremendous eating.
Did he have like a thyroid problem?
Well, I'll go into what happened with him, what people think happened, or the cause of all this at the end. It was said that when he had not eaten, his stomach was loosely expanded to the point he could wrap it around his waist as if it were a belt made of his own flesh.
What the fuck?
Nah.
But when he did eat, it would inflate like a balloon.
No.
His hair was that is what was said about him.
I don't care what was said.
This is what doctors wrote about this man, okay? His fair
Are these the same doctors that were like prescribing cocaine?
What year are we in again?
We are in the 1780s.
So yes. The answer right there was
his lifetime is 1772 to about 1798.
So this man just had a cocaine addiction.
No, he did not. Because this started as a child.
Well, I think she was talking about the doctor.
Oh, maybe. So his hair was fair and soft, and his cheeks were wrinkled and hung slack, making him look like he had jowls.
client casebook is this?
Well, they
He
were
sounds like
studying.
fucking Batman.
They were studying what he looked like as of what eventually will happen. So he was born around 1772. This isn't exact because no one is exactly sure when he was born. But in the rural countryside of Lyon, France.
Oh, I love
He,
Leon.
he had the ability to eat a tremendous amount all the way back from being a teenager, as he was allegedly able to eat his own body weight in beef within 24 hours.
That's nothing. So can I.
He could eat 100 pounds of beef in a day, Amanda.
Me too.
He was eventually kicked out of his home by his family because they could no longer afford to feed him.
I was waiting for that.
So what is a poor man to do? He joins a traveling caravan of thieves and prostitutes.
So I
And
was correct.
yeah, and begs for and steals food before he becomes the opening act for a snake oil salesman around the cities of France.
You know, I
Ah,
don't remember this in Les Mis.
No,
I
it's
don't
not.
remember this in Sweeney Todd either.
Mm,
So he would draw.
I could sing the Tarrare Lee's Miracle Elixir song, but I think
Please
we'd
don't.
get copyright claimed.
We would. He would draw a crowd by eating corks, stones, and live animals, and would swallow entire basketfuls of apples one after the other.
like
To be fair,
a whole apple down the throat, into
Yeah.
the stomach.
Mm-hmm.
well the cores are supposed to be good for you apparently.
But I mean, like he just swallowed them. He didn't chew them.
No, he didn't chew them.
Oh my!
He didn't chew them?
He would
That
swallow the basket of apples.
How did he fit a whole
a
apple in his
basket.
mouth?
You'd have a basket full of apples. He'd take an apple, swallow it, take another apple, swallow it, take another apple, swallow it.
How didn't he choke on any of these?
I don't
Uh,
believe this was a real thing.
well, we're gonna learn about how later on he does mess himself up.
Well, clearly he doesn't have a gag reflex.
He would
To be
eat.
fair, think about like those sword swallowers.
Mhm.
You know what? I bet you they had. If you go to into any old sex shop, you can get like throat like numbing spray so that you could deep throat better.
So you think this guy just had
Welcome.
a numb throat?
Yeah, I
This
do.
man just walked to ye old sex shop.
Yeah. Not
Apothecary? Yeah.
Hey, Hannah, not ye old, that's English. Le old, it's French.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Le old sex
Yeah.
shop.
I'd like
Mom.
to also welcome all of you to the Christian Parenting Podcast.
Yeah, nothing to see here.
Uh-huh.
So
We're gonna learn how to get rid of your gag reflex today.
this guy was
Hey,
a ravenous
hey.
eater.
Guys, it works.
Okay, thanks. He was a ravenous
I'm
eater.
not saying I'm not saying that for sex purposes,
Did
but
you try to
they
swallow a remote or a banana?
neither. I know that you can get them at the sex shop. I just remember whenever I had a sore throat, you would get that same numbing spray, and I'm pretty sure it works the exact same way. Although I bet you it tastes better. The ones at the sex shops instead of the gross like cherry flavor that doesn't actually taste like cherry flavor.
I don't know.
Medicine. You totally know medicine like cherry flavors.
I never got the cherry. They always gave me the grape, even though I was like, this fucking sucks. Why is grapes the worst medicine flavor?
That's
Unpopular
incorrect.
opinion.
Grape is delicious.
Not as a medicine flavor, God no.
Cherry's worse.
Unpopular opinion. I like the cherry flavor.
Unpopular opinion, apparently, I like the grape flavor. Frankie can't cast his vote for
My favorite
cherry.
flavor was the Delsum orange flavor. Do you remember? Do you ever have Delsum?
I do. You know what you know what my favorite like thing that I had to take as a kid was? Remember those concertos that would melt on concertos, not concertos. The Claritins that would melt on your tongue.
No.
Mm-mm.
Guys,
Tarrare, ravenous eater. He was particularly fond of snake meat. Big fan of eating snakes.
snakes.
Tastes like chicken.
They
So-
do. If you put barbecue on them.
In 1788, he moved to Paris to become a solo act, eating a lot and eating weird things.
I'm still on the apples. I'm not gonna lie.
And by all accounts, he appeared to be a very successful street performer in Paris.
You know, I I betcha he's making more than those people who pretended to be statues.
Probably, yeah. They're not doing anything. They're just standing still. This guy's eating fucking like he's just swallowing a whole apple.
To be fair, have you tried standing still?
For that long, no, but
It's
it's
hard.
probably very difficult. But like, I'm not impressed by that.
I'm impressed by that.
So, Hannah, you're very right. It was a risky act, and he did one time collapse mid-performance due to intestinal blockage.
He got an obstruction in his intestines.
He did. He got an obstruction in his intestines.
All the apples made their way to the intestines.
Hmm.
He didn't die from choking,
No.
which is what I'm still on. How did
Yeah.
he swallow giant
We'll-
apples?
I will explain how he swallowed giant apples later
Good,
on.
because I'm still
How did they
stuck
get
there.
it out? Did they have laxatives?
Well,
'Cause
yes, they did. So what happened
It
is
was
the
cocaine.
audience at the time that he was performing for picked him up, carried him to the hospital, and he was given a laxatives.
These were loyal people.
What kind of laxative?
I don't know what the
we
laxatives
have-
were back then.
Well, like, to be fair, my boss just had to get a colonoscopy, so I saw what she had to drink. I'm afraid of even that, and it doesn't even like taste bad. I'm terrified to see what they had back in the 1700s.
Apparently, I just looked up laxatives in the 18th century, and there's an article from Science Friday, and the headline is "The Murderous Medical Practice of the 18th Century."
Oh, so you
So-
would just keep shitting and you wouldn't stop.
Not great. The first line, you know how now they show you like a line? Taken
Yeah.
orally, calomel is a potent cathartic, which is a sophisticated way of saying it will violently empty out your guts into the toilet. So maybe they gave him that and he didn't die, but he was very grateful. And he offered to demonstrate his ability to the surgeon who gave him the laxative by eating the surgeon's pocket watch and chain. And the surgeon, who was not agreeable to this, said he would allow Tarrare to eat his pocket watch and chain if Tarrare in turn then allowed the surgeon to cut the pocket watch out of him, which Tarrare declined, probably the smart move in the 1790s.
Yeah, I would say so. So this guy was like, "Yeah, okay, you can swallow it, but I want it back."
I want it back, and I'm not getting it out through your shit. I'm getting it out through. I'm gonna cut you open.
Well, if he's still on the laxatives, it might just run right through him.
That's true.
No.
That's true. But he didn't want to
you-
dig through the shit. He was like, "I will cut you open."
Fair.
That is very fair. This guy just sounds very unimpressed by him.
Yeah, the surgeon's like, "I don't give a fuck."
He's like, you swallowed how many apples?
He's
Hannah's
like, "Get
still
your
on the
shit."
apples.
He's like, "Get you and your shit out of my office."
Hannah's gonna like think of nothing but these apples until I explain how it
You are
happened.
correct.
Can
You
you
are
just
correct.
stop talking about the apples? Apples are like one of my favorite fruits, and if you ruin this for me, Hannah, I will find you
Don't
and
worry,
I will kill you.
I'll make. I think Amanda
Wow.
might get very upset later on at this man, so don't worry.
Does he
Is
eat a
faking
cat?
it?
Does he what?
Does he eat a cat?
Sure does.
I was asking if he was faking this.
Oh no, he's not faking any of this. This is all real.
So upset.
So, at 20 years old, this is all as a teenager, by the way. All
He's
of this stuff
only
in
20.
Paris. He's only. They estimate that he died. Like I said, they don't know his exact age because they aren't sure when he's born. He's estimated that he died at 26.
Oh, so
I
we're close to
understand
the
why.
end.
Yeah. So at 20 years old, he joins the French Revolutionary Army. This is
All right, Les Mis.
no. This is the
Is this the first one?
this is the first French Revolutionary Army. So this is Napoleon's army that's moving through Prussia.
So this is like Marie Antoinette. No, Prussia. No, shush. Quiet. Nobody say anything. Frankie, cut that out.
Why would I cut that out?
Cut it out, okay? I'm
I
sleepy.
think
I'm tired.
Marie and Louis XVI are on the throne. I think you're correct.
Yeah, they're
Are
off
you
the
sure?
throne.
Yeah, they were killed.
This is
Is this
when
right after?
this is the army when yeah, basically this is the army when the revolutionary fervor is at its highest and the rest of Europe is like, "Hey, we can't let this reach our shores."
Oh, okay.
So-
We
okay,
can
okay, okay.
sacrifice Marie and Louis and all their kids, but
We can't lose power. So Napoleon's like
Mhm.
the commander of this army.
Gotcha.
This is
Gotcha.
before
Gotcha. So I
Emperor.
wasn't
he's
wrong,
not
Hannah.
Napoleon.
emperor yet.
No.
He's getting there.
But
Yeah,
this
so
is
I wasn't wrong.
this is the army that Tarrare joins.
He joins
I
Napoleon.
keep thinking you're saying prayer. Like his
No,
name is Prayer.
Tarrare.
I
So-
know what it is.
And he would eventually meet very important man to Tarrare,
I
Dr.
don't wanna know.
Pierre Francois Percy. Tarrare quickly realizes the army, if you're a person who has to eat constantly, army's not the place to be.
Yeah, the MREs suck.
Well, it's not that. It's the fact that you get a certain amount of food. You get a certain ration. And
Yeah,
that's
rations.
what you
yeah.
get. It wasn't enough for him. So he would
He
go.
wasn't getting 100 pounds of beef a day.
No.
Is this where he started eating people? Like dead
No.
people?
No. So at first he would go around and he would go to around the various camps he was at and do odd jobs for his fellow soldiers in exchange for their rations.
That's nice of them.
But when this also proved to not get him enough food, he would then scrounge for scraps from the refuse piles around the camps.
Oh, he was digging in the shits.
Yeah. And the garbage.
Oh no, Frankie, I don't like this.
I told
Why
you
did
it
you
was
pick
gross
this?
because he's a fucking weirdo. This man's a freak. This is a real freak of history.
I'm so afraid of the cat. I don't want to
So-
hear about the cat. Don't go into detail about the cat.
I have to
No,
because
no,
there's
you don't.
it's good detail. Like it's not good, but it's some of the most detail we have because it's part of.
If you go into detail about this cat, I'm going to do a whole episode on Albert Fish.
We're not doing that.
Oh yeah.
We vetoed Albert Fish.
No. If you bring this cat into this mix,
We've 2-1 vetoed Albert Fish.
We have
No.
vetoed serial killers
why?
because they
Why
don't
was that a
deserve
thing?
they don't deserve to be talked about.
And there's too many true crime podcasts.
Hmm.
I'll sneak it in somewhere. I don't care. I'll
I'm-
keep every time that we start an episode, I'll start off reading his letters, whether you cut it out or not.
I'll cut it out. I'll mute you, and then
It's fine.
Hannah and I
It's
will
fine.
record.
It's fine. I will constantly read it. I don't want to hear about this cat.
I'm going to talk about how he ate the cat. I won't go into detail, though. So eventually, he succumbed to exhaustion and was admitted to a military hospital under the care of Dr. Percy.
And
Is his
Dr.
name
Percy
spelled
just
like Percy Jackson? Like is
Yeah.
it spelled like Percy Jackson? Oh,
Yeah, but he's French, so.
Percy.
Percy.
well, Dr. Percy just looked at this man and said, "That's a freak."
Yeah. So in the hospital, they realized this guy eats a lot. So he was given quadruple rations, but this still was not enough.
Well, I'm assuming the ration is a hard little piece of baguette.
Yeah. So he was given one full hard baguette. No. So, but he quadruple the rations was not enough. So he would eat out of the garbage, steal food from the other patients, and eat from the hospital bandage supply.
He ate bandages,
Mm-hmm.
cloth bandages.
He would eat.
Yeah, they weren't even bandages. Those were like actual like cloth.
By the way, new and used. I'd just like to point out.
Oh,
Oh,
oh no.
Dr. Percy described Tarrare as having bloodshot eyes, constantly being overheated and sweating, with a body
so
odor
He stunk so bad.
with a body odor so rancid he could be smelled from 20 feet away. a smell that got so bad after Tarrare ate that Dr. Percy describes him as having visible stink lines. He said that after Tarrare ate, he would not vomit excessively. He never vomited, but he would have chronic diarrhea, which smelt beyond all conception, is how they describe it.
I bet you he was just farting and burping too.
So
Yeah.
this man just had IBS real bad.
Well,
No,
no.
he did it to himself. It's like whenever somebody eats spicy food, you know what it's gonna do to you.
Yeah, when you go to
Th-
Taco Bell.
Yeah, Taco Bell doesn't do that to me.
No, it doesn't do it to me anymore either. I've defeated Taco Bell by going so much.
It's never done that to me.
Generally, hospital staff had to restrain Tarrare in the presence of food. Physically restrain this man, or he'd go fucking nuts.
Did he become the Hulk?
I guess so. But Dr. Percy would conduct experiments on Tarrare.
Oh
One of which
God.
one of which is they made him a meal that was made for 15 construction workers, and he ate all of it on his own.
I don't
There,
know how 15 construction workers is a measurement. Like, how do you measure that?
I think they like set up a feast for 15 for a group of construction workers. Like say they just say 15 construction workers. They saw what they could all eat like individually because they're laborers, right? Physical laborers, so they'll probably eat
Yeah.
more than an average person would. And then they're like, "All right, we'll make this meal, this exact same meal for this one guy," and he ate it all.
so I'm still on. Okay, so now like again, I work in a hospital.
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of trying to figure out what could be going on because there is like the hyperthyroidism, but then there's also like uh I had experience with somebody who had polyphagia, which is basically like an insatiable hunger, but that only happens if somebody has like a brain injury in the frontal cortex or
Yeah,
no
he had
amygdala.
no. I was gonna get to this. The only determination. I'll go through all the like other things that could have been it. But the doctors at the time did try to determine what was wrong. They couldn't determine if he had. The only determination they could make is
Hmm.
that Tarrare did not suffer from any mental illnesses. Obviously, it's the 1790s. They're not as good at that as determination, but
Right.
they said that he didn't show exhibit any symptoms of mental illness
Well,
beyond.
it's not a mental illness, it's a traumatic brain injury.
I know that he didn't have that either, but he didn't have any mental illnesses. There
How
are.
did they determine that? Yep, that looks like a brain.
I don't think that's how they did it, but they don't know what caused it. But they looked at his behavior compared to other people at the time that had been diagnosed as depressed, anxious, whatever. He didn't exhibit that kind of behavior. The only kind of thing they saw wrong with his behavior, besides the obvious, eating, was that he was apathetic about being a soldier. But I guess that was because he couldn't get enough food.
I don't know. We'll get into this later.
It's 1700s medical. What do you want from them?
I want better.
You can't demand better from them. They're all dead. This is when they began to present him with live animals. They presented him with a live cat, snakes, lizards, puppies, all of which he ate. He also ate an entire eel without chewing it. He just swallowed it whole.
Do you want to talk about the cat? If you talk about the cat,
I'm not going to talk
I
about the
will.
cat if you're going to be talking about Albert Fish later on.
If you want to talk about the cat,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you 2 minutes. I'm looking at my clock.
All right.
Two
It's
minutes.
8:40. Okay, so the way he ate, he was presented with a live cat. What he did with the cat, he would tear the cat's abdomen open with his teeth, drink its blood, then ate the cat besides from its bones, and then he began to vomit up all of its fur and skin. That's the only documented evidence of him vomiting after eating all of the food.
I'm gonna go hug my puppies.
I
To
need my
be
cat.
to be honest,
Waffles, come here.
Tarrare did not do this of his own volition. They experimented on the man. This was part of an experiment
I don't give a
I
shit.
by
need
the
my
medical
cat.
hospital.
God. Frankie just told a story about a guy that ate a live cat. I need a cat.
Amanda, let's invent time travel and go beat this person up.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Are you gonna beat up just him, or are you gonna also beat up the doctor?
I'll beat up the
I would
doctor
beat up
too.
everyone.
The hospital experimented on Tarrare for months before
Why?
they wanted to figure out what made him tick and what he
Th-
could do with this ability.
it's not an
Um,
ability. He's
but-
a fucking freak.
Well, the army found a way to use him.
What?
Did they send him in to eat people?
No, they were gonna make him a spy.
But he smells.
So but he had his ability. He was going to curry secret documents across enemy lines in a place that could
In his
not be
stomach.
easily detected if he was caught. His digestive tract. Yep.
Are you
But
kidding
what
me?
if he shit it out before he got to his location?
Well, they tested it first, and it worked. So he was paid up front with a wheelbarrow full of 30 pounds of raw cow, which he
Okay.
immediately devoured in front of what I can only imagine to be a group of horrified military officials.
He has tapeworms.
I would kill this man. If I
He-
saw this, I'd be like, this is a
This,
This-
yeah,
this
weren't
is-
they really religious back then? Did they not think like he was being possessed by a demon?
yeah, I would have thought this was like a Wendigo or something. Like the early signs of a Wendigo. This man would be shot if I was in the 1700s.
He then swallowed.
Well, he
a
wasn't a
wooden-
woman, so that's
true.
why.
He then
Are you
swallowed
sure?
a wooden box that had a document in it that could pass through his system completely intact and be delivered to
Oh.
a prisoner of war in Prussia. Now he was
A
told
box,
a box with documents.
not just a document.
Well, the
A
document
wooden
could
box.
probably the box is there to protect the document. So he was
Okay.
told that the documents were of great military significance. But in reality, the general had just written a note asking the colonel, who was the prisoner of war, to confirm that the message had been received successfully. And if so, return a reply of any potentially useful information about Prussian troop movements.
This general went, why the fuck not?
Hannah, when I
Jesus
told you
Christ.
that he was used as a spy, what was your first reaction?
He smells. He's not gonna make it. He can't be sneaky if
Yeah, he
he's
was
smelly.
he was caught
Gee, I wonder why.
because perhaps a man who
Who
can't speak
stinks?
German can be smelt from 20 feet away and constantly eat from the garbage isn't the best man to send as a discreet spy into Germany.
You would think.
So he
Well,
got
people
caught.
in ye olden days are not smart.
Lay olden
people-
days.
Lay olden days. Every time I hear about history and just these cockamamie stories, it's amazing that we've made it to the 21st century.
Yeah, I know, right? Like this is
Guys,
Do you have a
guess
cat?
who showed up?
secret.
It's my buddy. Can't you hear him breathing?
No. This is the level of genius we were working with back then, Hannah.
It was all the cocaine.
And humanity made it somehow.
How sad for us.
I know. So after he was caught, a strip search found nothing suspicious on his person. And despite being whipped by Prussian soldiers, he refused to betray his mission.
They weren't
I-
offering him 100 pounds of beef. Clearly.
That's true. He was brought before the local Prussian commander, and he again refused to talk and was imprisoned. After
Me too.
24 hours of captivity, he relented and explained the scheme to his captors.
Can you
So-
imagine
Captors
how this
not believe him?
conversation went?
Yeah, imagine that. Imagine the translator. Because he doesn't speak German.
True. True.
So they had to get a translator in, and the translator must be like, is this guy fucking kidding me? He's like, all right, I got to tell him what he said. And he tells it to his bosses, and his bosses have to be like, Did you mistranslate? Are you that fucking stupid? You told us you could speak French.
I, t- I'm, there's so much. I am confusion.
Yeah.
I, I,
So,
did they not believe him? Did they have to see his thing in action?
well, what they
Did he
did,
just shit out the box?
what they did was chain him to a toilet,
Oh God.
and 30 hours later, well, 30 hours after being swallowed. So, by the way, he didn't even make it 30 hours before he got caught.
Jeez.
To be fair, he didn't make it that long either, because he was held in captivity for 24 hours. So add on the 6 hours. Oh my god, he shit out the box. And
Yay.
Tarrare had told him, the local general, the local commander, the Prussian commander, that the wooden box contained vital intelligence. As we all know, that's not true.
It just says, "Hey, what's up?"
So
Does he die?
the local commander is pissed. They decide to torture him once more by putting him through a mock execution. So they take him to the gallows and put a noose around his neck.
That's amazing.
And then at the last minute, he was taken down from the scaffold, given a severe beating, and released near the French lines because he's a fucking useless prisoner.
That's amazing.
Now, there is a grosser version of this story because there's some debate as to whether the local commander got angered because he saw the documents and found that they contained the fucking "yo, what's up" message. Or the commander got pissed because he never actually retrieved the box because Tarrare had the presence of mind to eat the shit
No.
before it could be
Oh.
seized by the Prussians.
Why do you say things to me like this?
Aren't you glad we were doing a freak of history instead of wrestling?
Well, no, I'm not actually.
He was recovered on the lines, the French lines, and sent back to the hospital under the care of Dr. Percy. Due to the trauma that he experienced, Tarrare could no longer be a soldier
I'm
and
traumatized
and
hearing.
wanted to be cured of his condition.
Sure.
They used tobacco pills, opiates,
Nope.
wine vinegar,
Oh, okay.
and a diet of soft-boiled eggs,
I like that one.
but nothing worked.
This man's just gonna fart more.
Tarrare would still eat the scraps from slaughterhouses, and it got worse.
How?
Then he would drink the blood of patients that had been drained from them by leeches.
This
Is
man
that
just has a
is that
tapeworm.
real?
Yes, he drank the blood of patients. And it got to the point that he was caught eating cadavers in the hospital morgue multiple times.
No. This man has tapeworms, and he has HIV probably.
He was eventually kicked out of the hospital,
Good.
not for drinking blood or eating cadavers. That's not why.
Do I want to know why?
This is the so to be fair, I said accused cannibalism. He did eat dead bodies. That is cannibalism. But this is the accused cannibalism I was referencing at the beginning of the
Okay.
episode.
He
A,
ate
a toddler went missing,
what?
and
How can you talk about this, but I can't talk about Albert Fish?
because your stuff is very gross, a toddler just went missing,
I'm gonna
and
hurt you.
he was suspected of eating the child. There's no evidence that he ate the child.
This is just alleged.
This is just alleged. The
I
toddler
don't
went
believe
missing.
you.
They accused him of eating the child. He was either unable or unwilling to defend himself. And so all of the majority of the staff of the hospital fucking chased him out. So this brings us to 1798. Dr. Percy is contacted by a physician at Versailles Hospital that a patient on their deathbed wants to see him. It's Tarrare. Tarrare is dying. He believes
God.
it's from a golden fork that he had swallowed 2 years earlier that was lodged inside of him.
Is
And
that correct?
He wanted Dr. Percy to remove it. No, it's not correct. The fork was not killing him. He had end-stage tuberculosis.
Oh,
That is the most unsatisfying death for this man.
it's pretty satisfying. He was a fucking monster. How young was he?
About 26.
Good.
Yeah, but I want the fork to kill him.
Upon his death, his body began to rot rapidly, and the autopsy had shocking revelations. Hannah, the
Yes.
apple explanation is finally here.
Fucking finally. It's only been, what, 30 minutes?
When they opened his mouth, they saw he had an esophagus so wide you could look directly from his open mouth into his stomach, which was unfathomably large and lined with ulcers.
Oof.
His body was full of pus. His liver and gallbladder were abnormally large, and no golden fork was ever found in his body.
Was there a tapeworm?
There was no tapeworm that was noted. There may have been one, it just wasn't noted.
Because these guys.
They were looking for a golden fork. Who cares about a tapeworm?
Tapeworm is the only explanation.
So
No, it's not. The the polyphagia.
there are a few explanations. The polyphagia isn't one because he didn't suffer a traumatic brain injury.
Are you sure?
Yes. So one belief is that he had an enlarged hypothalamus, which both regulates body temperature and causes the sensation of hunger, which would explain his constant hunger and constantly being overheated. He also likely, despite any of the other explanations, he also likely had pica,
Yeah.
which caused him to eat non-edible items like rocks. There is the theory.
Did he ever eat non-edible items?
Yeah, he had rocks.
Oh, he did eat rocks. Okay. Okay.
And a wooden.
Well,
a wooden
I
box.
figured he just. Well, the wooden box was for the army.
Yeah.
And I just figured he just swallowed a whole plate in one go and the fork was on it.
So there's also the theory, Hannah, that he had a parasite possibly picked up from eating raw meat, which would explain why he never weighed more than 100 pounds and why he was constantly hungry despite all of the eating that he had done. There are three other explanations, three other theories. Hyperthyroidism, which Amanda mentioned, which can cause excessive hunger, sweating, and fine hair.
Hmm.
Prader-Willi syndrome, which causes constant hunger even for non-edible items, or even a damaged amygdala, which can cause extreme overeating.
Which is polyphagia. That is what I've been saying.
Is that it? The same thing? Well, you should have said
It's
amygdala.
the same.
You should have said amygdala.
I did say amygdala. I said the frontal cortex or amygdala.
I didn't hear amygdala.
You didn't listen to me.
Hannah, did you hear amygdala?
I'm too busy being concerned about the apples still.
Oh my god.
When you play this recording back and you edit it, you're gonna hear me say amygdala.
If I hear you say amygdala, I will text you and say you were right.
You're not gonna remember that by the time
I will
that
remember
you
it
get to
though,
this.
because by when I edit it, I'll have listened to this part as well.
Oh, all right. Yes, fine. I said amygdala. I would know. It's one of my favorite songs.
So that is the story of Tarrare.
I hate this.
Hey, look, I had concerns that the other weird people of history were not enough, so I brought a real freak into the house this week.
Wouldn't you have told us about DB Cooper or
Yeah.
the Weatherman?
DB Cooper's not a freak. DB Cooper's just a cool guy.
He's not cool.
What do you
He's
mean
an
he's
idiot.
not cool? What do you
He's
mean?
a dumbass.
No, he's not. He got away with a crime.
And then he died immediately after.
You don't know that? That's the theory.
I'm
A
pretty sure he
game
did.
theory.
Were you gonna say thanks for watching?
No, not yet. But yeah, it's just a theory. No one knows what happened to DB Cooper. And DB Cooper is on my list. Maybe we'll talk about DB Cooper. But I got a lot of people on this list. I have a whole list of podcast ideas for when we don't do a wrestling episode. And I got a lot of weird people I've never heard of on here, so I'm excited.
I'm scared.
I got people who were trading their wives with each other. I got astronomers on here. I got Tycho Brahe.
There was a show about trading wives, so
Well, trading spouses, yeah, but this is different. This is like see, ABC didn't come in with a camera crew. All right. So yeah, I got some real weirdos that we can talk about later. But this is Tarrare, who
Thanks. I
was
hate it.
yeah, I know. He was a last minute pick. I found him on a website. I did a Google search, just biggest weirdos in history.
Should have left him there.
There was an article called "The Weirdest People in History." The 10 weirdest people in history, I think, is the weirdest. Is the one that he was on. The headline for him is just Tarrare, who may have eaten a baby.
Was he number one?
No, he's not number one. This isn't like ranked, but he's on there.
I
Uh,
need a boatload of tequila to recover from this episode.
yeah,
yeah.
but I also forgot to say that his digestive system was even more freakishly mutated. His stomach began higher up than everyone, like at the back of his throat, and continued all the way down, and his lungs and heart were displaced.
Mm.
So to be fair, even without all the eating, he probably would have died at a young age if he was born like that, because they don't have the medical equipment in the 1790s to deal with that. So that's Tarrare. That's the end of my episode. A quick one this week.
A traumatizing one.
I like to traumatize people quickly with these freaks of history. I don't want to take too long. Anyway, next week will be less traumatized. Well, I don't know actually. Next week is a Scooby Doo episode, everyone.
Thank
But
God.
well, it's not the Scooby Doo we love.
Oh no, it's the Scrappy Doo.
It's Scooby Doo and Scrappy Doo from 1980 to 1982. Amanda will be looking at A Close Encounter with a Strange Kind, and Hannah will be looking at the episode Bride and Gloom.
A strange kind is what I'm looking at.
Yeah, Close Encounter with a Strange Kind.
I bet that one's about aliens.
What do you think Bride and Gloom is about, Hannah?
Ghost Bride.
Ghost Bride. I hope so.
Would be fun.
I
But
want you all to know that Secret is currently curled up on my pillow,
that's adorable.
very, very cutely. Um, and he
Give
didn't
him
hear
some
anything
cuddles.
about this horrible, horrible freak of history.
I'm glad Secret didn't hear anything about it. He doesn't deserve to hear anything about it.
No, he doesn't.
He's an innocent baby.
He's my
But
baby.
we all got to remember that as we march through the Scooby Doo reviews, we got to deal with this shit of Scooby Doo and Scrappy Doo. The next episode won't be much better.
Of course it won't.
But as we get through all of that, we inch closer and closer to a pup named Scooby Doo.
I do love a pup named Scooby Doo.
Yeah, I know you love a pup named Scooby Doo.
I'm so excited for it. Y'all have no idea how excited I am for it. I could sing you the theme song right now.
By the way, I'm looking at the list. We still have one that's unclaimed. Who wants to claim it?
What is it?
Scooby Doo and Arabian Nights.
Absolutely fucking not. No. I hate that. No.
So it's you, Franklin.
Am I gonna be forced to claim? Oh, we have a few that are not claimed.
What are some others? Give
All
them.
right, we're gonna do this live on air.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'll claim fucking
Arabian Nights.
Arabian Nights. The next one that I think I see that is not claimed is What's New Scooby Doo?
I'll take it.
The first episode of that, and then the last one, the second episode of
I'll,
that, which I haven't put
I'll
up yet, but
I'll take either one.
okay. Hannah, do you want the other one? Because I'm doing the live action one right before that, and then the movie right after that as well.
Okay. I'm looking at it now too. I'm just like trying to figure out where you are.
Aloha Scooby Doo is also not claimed.
I have
Oh.
the ones before and after that, so someone else, please.
I'll take Aloha. I hate
All
fucking
right.
Aloha.
Scooby Doo Pirates Ahoy, which I do have the one right after
No.
that, but I'll take it because I fucking love that one. Oh no, I already have that one. I already
You
have
have
that
that
one.
one.
Never mind. Shaggy and Scooby Doo Get a Clue.
Yeah, I'll take
The
that.
2 episodes of that. So Amanda and Hannah, do you want to take that one?
I'll take the other one, sure.
All right. Scooby-Doo and the Goblin King.
Yes. I'm gonna make so many labyrinth references
All right, Amanda, take that one. I'll take the next one then. Scooby-Doo and the Samurai Sword.
because you're
Hannah,
Japanese.
yeah, Hannah has Scooby-Doo. The mystery begins. Who wants Scooby-Doo Abracadabra-Doo?
I don't think anybody does.
Yeah, I think you should take that one, Amanda, because me and Hannah are doing the next 2 episodes.
Fine.
All right, and then the next one that's unclaimed is Scooby-Doo Curse of the Lake Monster.
That sounds fun. I'll take that one.
Okay. Then we have Scooby-Doo Legend of the Phantosaur. I'll take that one because Amanda has the one after that, Music of the Vampire.
Thank you.
Then we have Big
Me-
Top Scooby-Doo, which I think is a circus one.
Absolutely. Frankie should take it because he's afraid of clowns.
Fine, I'll take it.
Oh,
Scooby-Doo Mask of the Blue Falcon.
You know what? I'll take the clown one.
Oh, you'll take the clown one?
I'll take the clown one if I don't have to deal with the stupid mask of the whatever.
I'll do Blue Falcon then. After that is Scooby-Doo Adventures the Mystery Map.
I'll take that one since you guys took like the last three.
All right, and then Scooby-Doo Stage Fright.
That sounds like a Hannah.
I was gonna say that does sound like a me.
Okay. And then I have the next one because it's Scooby-Doo WrestleMania Mystery.
Ooh, we're alternating for a while there.
I know, yeah, because then it's you with Frank and Creepy, then it's me with Moon Monster Madness, then it's you with the Kiss Rock and Roll
Oh
Mystery.
my god, I can't wait till we get
So,
to that fever dream.
Amanda's gonna get Be Cool Scooby-Doo.
Fuck you.
Who wants the Lego Scooby-Doo movie?
I'll take
If
it.
I have to hear about Legos one
All
more
right,
time.
and then I have the next one, which is the next WWE one. I'll Amanda, do you want Scooby-Doo Shaggy Showdown?
Sure.
Or you could do the other Lego film.
Yeah, or you could do the other Lego film. Well, Hannah, you should do the other Lego film. Keep
Okay, that's
keep it
fine.
in the family. And then Be Cool Scooby-Doo. I'll take Be Cool Scooby-Doo. Hannah, do you want Daphne and Velma?
Sure.
You can suffer through that.
I've heard. Oh wait, Daphne and Velma. Oh, okay. Wait, I was jumping way ahead, but yeah, sure, I'll take that one.
Scooby-Doo and Guess Who I'll take because that's in between you and Amanda doing a lot of them.
Okay.
Scooby-Doo and the Sword of and the Scoob I'll take because that's in between you and Amanda. And then we're not determining the number 71 yet because that's gonna be one. I think we should all suffer through that one.
No.
Well, I watched
Is it
them
the
all.
Velma?
It's Velma, yeah.
No, I refuse.
We'll see what happens with Velma. All right, but that's yeah. So you guys got a little behind the scenes look there. That'll probably all get cut.
No, I think that's fun.
Do you?
Yeah, I thought
Okay.
it was fun too.
It's a little preview then, I guess, of like some of the movies if they aren't aware. So on our list, this isn't including. I have to edit the list a little bit.
I
But
added something to the list also.
what did you add? Oh,
It's
you
at the
added
end.
the fan made thing. Yeah.
Mhm.
We have 72 items on the list,
We're gonna be here a long time.
which I also don't think is everything because I'm not sure if. Oh no, it's there. Never mind. I thought I missed something on the list and I was gonna have to add it, but I didn't.
We got a lot of Scooby-Doo to cover.
I thought I missed, by the way, I thought I missed putting in Monsters Unleashed.
I don't think you could
Oh,
ever
I
forget
love
I
that
that.
didn't.
one.
It's there. It's there. I'm covering it because I'm covering I'm covering both of
Mhm.
the live action movies.
And just think, by the time we get close to the end, there's gonna be so many more Scooby-Doos
Guys,
that come
yeah, by
out.
the time we get close to the end, we're gonna keep adding to the list. I messaged you two the other day. We can reveal this to the audience.
Mhm. We
That
probably already know.
maybe they'll already know. If they listen to our show, yeah, they definitely already know. But Netflix is making a live action Scooby-Doo series.
I'm
It's
kind of excited.
it's definitely not gonna be good, but
I want the cheat. I want it to be camp.
I want it to be like Riverdale.
Yes,
I
yes.
don't.
I think the CW had the rights to Scooby-Doo for a while, and I
They
was
did. They
waiting.
never did anything with it.
Yeah,
I
so I
definitely
was.
want it to be like
I want
Riverdale.
really bad campy Scooby-Doo.
But
don't.
they're gonna Netflix is gonna make it horrible.
It's gonna be dark.
It's either gonna be dark or just like fucking like miss the point of the show.
Or both.
I don't want to.
That's true. So anyway, yeah, next week is Scooby-Doo. Yay, the return of Scooby-Doo next week, which isn't like it's not surprising. We do it every 4 episodes.
Well, we're
Mhm.
always excited to see our best friend Scooby-Doo.
We're always excited to see how Scooby has evolved and changed, even though as of now, the best Scooby-Doo show is still Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?
It's closely followed by the Scooby-Doo show.
That's true, because that's basically just season 3 of Scooby-Doo, Where Are
Yeah.
You?
Mhm.
So enjoy Scooby-Doo next week, hopefully, which are season 2 and season 3, or seasons 2 and 3 of Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo, which is a completely different show than the first season. We'll get into that next week. But let's take care of business and finish the episode. If you are listening to us on YouTube, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell to get a notification when we upload our episodes every Wednesday. And if any bonus content does come out, you will be notified. If you're listening to us on Spotify, remember to leave a review. It is very helpful. Remember to listen to as much of the episode as you can as well. That is also very helpful for our numbers. And remember to share this with your friends and your family, and your enemies, anyone you want. Let them know about the show. If they like Scooby-Doo, if they like Disney, if they like spooky shit, if they like
If they like
weirdos.
people eating cats.
Well,
No
no one
one
should
likes
like
that.
that. No one
No.
likes that. If they just like weirdos, though, in general, if they like to
Wrestling.
hear, if they like wrestling, I did forget about wrestling. If they like wrestling, or if they
Did you
like
say
any,
Disney?
I did say Disney. That was the second one I said.
I missed it.
If they like any of the other random shit that we talk about,
Albert Fish.
no,
No.
tell them to come in and listen to the show. If you would like to send us an email with any comments you have on any of our episodes, any questions that you would like to ask us, any ideas for an episode that you would like to give us that you might think you want to hear us talk about, and maybe we will, you can do so by sending us an email at
Nothing to see here podcast at gmail.com.
if you would like to see funny memes created by Hannah, some great artwork created by Amanda, and take place in a weekly quiz every Friday afternoon, you can do so over at our Instagram page, which is
Nothing to see here pod. Every once in a while, you may see a hint to an upcoming episode.
that is fun. That is fun to see.
Mhm.
And you can find our email and our Instagram in the description below on YouTube and the episode info over at Spotify. That is
Mhm.
all the business I think we have. So that's the end of the episode. So goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye.